Hello, this is Dr. Hui Liu from San Jose, California, United States. My email is IBridgePy@gmail.com. IBridgePy is an easy-to-use Python platform to help traders to build algorithm trading robots. It can backtest and live trade with interactive brokers, Robinhood, and TD Ameritrade. You can download IBridgePy from www.ibridgepy.com. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel because more tutorials are coming. In this tutorial, I'm going to give an introduction to security. Security is a core concept in IBridgePy. There are two ways to create a security object. The first one is called symbol. Symbol is an IBridgePy built-in function. The other function is called superSymbol. Also, I'm going to talk about data packages at interactive brokers because you need to purchase data packages to use contract at interactive broker. Some packages are free. Then I'm going to demo how to use security object in IBridgePy. I'm going to talk about three cornerstone functions: get real-time price, get historical data price, and then place order. Security is a core concept. That's why we want to spend some time to talk about that. Security, from coding perspective, is an object. This is an object-oriented programming concept. In a very brief introduction about object-oriented programming concept is, in the Python, you need to create a class, which is to define a class. Actually, we call it security. Then when we need one security object, we just call security equals to security parentheses. This security is defined by this class. So in this way, you can create a security object. Then this security is an object actually, and so that you can use dot syntax to use the security object. For example, you can print security dot symbol. You can get the symbol of the security. This is a very short introduction about object in coding. And then each security object you can create in IBridgePy to represent a contract, either tradable or non-tradable. For example, tradable contracts, you can trade stocks, futures, options, different contract types. For non-tradable, for example, VIX is an index. You cannot trade a VIX actually, but it's a contract in the concept of interactive brokers. To know what kind of contracts you can trade or non-tradable things, you can go to this link. This is the interactive broker contract and symbol database. For example, we can search SPY and simply just click search. Then a new window will jump out. You can put SPY there. Then in this database, there are many contracts go by SPY will show up, but the SPY I'm talking about is Standard & Poor 500 ETF Trust. This one listed. This one there are 4 stocks, 10 futures, 9,000 options, and CFD. For example, stocks, there are 4 stocks related to SPY. 4 stocks, they are actually, because SPY can be traded at different exchanges, and that's why they are listed there by different exchange, and they are listed at different exchanges using different base currencies. As you see the different currencies. So in IBridgePy, if you want to trade SPY, this is, you can create a contract, another contract, another contract, another contract, another objects actually you can create. If you want to know more details, you can click details. You will find out the symbol, exchanges, and this one, the first exchange in this column is the primary exchange. And if you want to trade futures, for example, then we can go back, close this one, and we can go back to this one. And for example, we can go to futures. Then each row you can use, you can think about it as a tradable contract. For example, if we check VIX, the VIX I'm talking about is index, not this index. So it should be VIX volatility index. This one is not tradable, but you can still use security, make a security object and get real-time quotes, historical data from Interactive Broker. Yeah, this is the VIX I'm talking about. This one is actually, this is the future. There should be an index. In IBridgePy, there are two ways to create a security object so that you can use it in IBridgePy coding and to trade or get real-time prices. There are two methods. The first one is called symbol. The symbol method works on equities in US markets and forex. If you want to trade any other contracts available at the Interactive Broker, you need to use the other method is called superSymbol. Then let's go to IBridgePy.com API documentation to take a look. So go to IBridgePy.com and then go to download. There is a tab called IBridgePy documentation. Scroll down, go to symbol. The symbol function is pretty simple. The name of this function is called symbol, and it takes one input parameter, which is a string. Return is an instance of security, actually it's an object of security. For example, if you want to trade Apple, you can simply put symbol AAPL for the stock of Apple company. If you want to trade Google, you can simply put symbol GOOG. If you want to trade forex, the format is like this. Cash, this is the security type defined by Interactive Broker. Then the one currency, and then the base currency. For example, euro, the base currency is USD dollars, so that you put a string, cash, comma, EUR, comma, USD. If you want to trade the Japanese yen, then you put cash, USD, Japanese yen. Symbol method is pretty simple actually to use. If you want to define a more complicated contracts supported by Interactive Broker, you need to use the other function called superSymbol. Then we go to IBridgePy documentation, scroll down to look for superSymbol right there. SuperSymbol takes more input parameters. It takes security type, symbol, base currency, exchange, primary exchange, expiry, strike, right, multiplier, include, expired. CUNID, local symbol. This looks like complicated, but actually it's not. You can check out the explanations here. Security type: stock, option, future, index, cash. Symbol is just the symbol of security that defined by IB. You can go to the IB contract database to find out what symbol listed there. For example, this one is symbol is VIX. Base currency is USD dollar. Exchange. You can designate a trading exchange. For example, you want to specify, I want to trade SPY at ARCA. That's acceptable. And primary exchange. Most of the time, you don't need to specify a primary exchange. However, if you use smart routing at exchange, you must specify the primary exchange to remove ambiguity. Because when you said, I want to trade at smart, IB does not know what's the primary exchange actually. So you need to provide a primary exchange. To find out what's the primary exchange, you need to go to IB contract database. For example, this one, and click details. The primary exchange, let me see, what's this one? This one, CFE. There's only one exchange, which means this one is the only exchange you can trade, and this is the primary exchange. And for example, if we switch back to SPY, it's maybe AAPL. That's easier. Apple, the stock of Apple company. And excuse me. If we look for the stock, oh, too many. I just want to stock. The stock, we can see the exchange are listed here, but I want to look for the currency USD dollar. This is the US market. You can see the primary exchange is Nasdaq. However, you can trade it at NMS, NYSE. So that go back to superSymbol. Primary exchange, you need to put, if you want to trade at smart, then you need to put primary exchange as Nasdaq. A little bit introduction about smart. Smart is interactive broker. It is electronic routing software designed by interactive broker. It helps users to find a tradable exchange. For more details, you need to go to Interactive Broker's main website to find out more details. Expiry, strike, write, multipliers. These input parameters are used if you are future traders or option traders, or other traders needs these values. Otherwise, you don't need to put there. Include expired. For example, you are working on an expired futures. You want to require historical data from Interactive Broker, but it's expired. You need to put this one to true to request real-time, to request historical data. CUNID, this is a unique contract ID defined by Interactive Brokers. Most of the time, you don't need it. Local symbol, this is the contract symbol within its primary exchange. And in the API documentation, you can see examples there. To access real-time quotes and historical data from Interactive Broker, you need to purchase data package from Interactive Brokers. Some of the packages are free, some of the packages are not. I'm going to show you how to purchase data package at IB. So first, you need to go to Interactive Brokers website and log into account portal. After you log into the account portal, on the left-hand side, there is a tab. It's called Setting, and then you click User Settings, just one click. Then a window will open up. You will see similar like this. In the tab of Trading Platform, there is items that market data subscriptions, and there is a symbol for configuration. If you want to check what kind of data subscriptions you have, or you want to buy data subscriptions, you need to click this config button. After you click the config button, you will be directed to this page. It's called Current GFIS Subscriptions. This is the list I have in my account right now. I purchased NYSE American. This data package is $1.50 US dollars per month. Also, Interactive brokers have some free data packages. For example, you see mutual funds is fee waived, which means it's free. Also, forex is free. So I choose the IDEAL FX. This is the forex real-time quotes. This is free, so I check this one. This one is free, and there are other free packages. If you want to purchase some packages, you can click this config symbol on the upper right hand. Just click. Then you will be directed to subscribe to streaming GFIS real-time market data here. Then you can go to each tabs to look for the packages and look for what kind of package you want. For example, Canadian Exchange Group, it costs $20 per month. If you are not sure what kind of data packages you need, the best way to decide it is give Interactive Broker representative a call and tell them what kind of contracts you are going to trade and ask them what's the best data package you need. They will help you to decide which data package you should purchase. How to use security object in IBridgePy. I want to give quick demos on 3 examples of how to use security object: real-time price, historical data, and place orders. Let's switch to code actually. Let's restart the kernel. First example I want to show is show real-time prices. Let's open this file to take a look what it looks like. Go to IBridgePy folder and go to strategies and then open historical data this way. Place order. Okay, let's just open one by one. Show real-time price. So if you check out here, in this case, I want to get the real-time price of SPY and is listed in US market, so that I just use symbol to request to create a security object and then use a function called show real-time price. In this function, it requires a security object there. Then I switch to show real-time price and run it. It will continuously print real-time price there. If we switch to Interactive IBridgePy's documentation, if we go to show real-time price, you can see this function, the first parameter is the type is a security and is a security object. It can be created by the function of symbol or superSymbol. In the current example, I use function of symbol to create a security object. The next example I'm going to show is request historical data. Open this one. You can see here I use symbol to create a security object there. Oh, and then I use request historical data to request historical data. If we switch to IBridgePy documentation and look for the function of request real-time price, request historical price, take a look about this function. The first input parameter type is security. So you can see use symbol or superSymbol to define a security, which means to create an object of security. And then you can request historical data here. If you want to run it, you can switch it to get historical data and just simply run it. Okay, it just print out information there. Actually, if you check out there, I use another function called symbols. Symbols is an extension of symbol, the function of symbol. It returns a list of security objects. So it's just a convenient function. Place order. Switch to place order. Oh, actually, if I come back to show get historical data, here is a very good example. It says no market data permissions for Aslan stock. The reason for that is I request Apple, Google, the historical data of Apple and Google. However, they are listed at Aslan exchange, and in my current paper account, I don't have a market data permission. That's why it just say there's no market data. However, I have purchased the data package of SPY ERCA that explains why it print out the real-time price, the historical data of SPY there. Then the next example is place order. We switch to place order. The function of place order is just order and put a security and a number of share you want to place. If we switch to interactive broker IBridgePy documentation and go to the function of order, you can see the first input parameter of the function of order is a type of a security object, and it mentioned it can be created either by symbol or superSymbol without S. We talk about security. Thank you very much. For any questions, please send an email to ibridgepy@gmail.com. If you need any help on coding, please check out our well-known Run a Coder service. More tutorials are coming. Please don't forget to subscribe. IBridgePy is an easy-to-use Python platform to backtest and live trading. Thank you very much.